Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt here, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the question is, are they contenders? Are they not? What are the Minnesota Timberwolves? I guess we'll find out in this video. I just want to say thank you guys for all the support and happy holidays to everybody. We're approaching Christmas. It's very soon. And you know, I wish the best for all of you and your families. And once again, thank you guys. But enough of that. Let's get right into the video. All right, so here we are, rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves. And a very interesting team made the Western Conference Finals last season with a core slightly different. They made a big trade in the offseason, trading away Karl-Anthony Towns, who was their cornerstone for the last decade, it seems like. Which, it was very close to a decade. Him and Anthony Edwards were a duo that looked to be strong and not easy to mess with, especially with signing Rudy Gobert long term. They had it locked down, but due to financial restraints, they traded away Karl-Anthony Towns and they got Julius Randle, who has been solid in his time in New York, had his ups, had his downs, but he's here now. And they also got Dante DiVincenzo in that package, who had his career year last year, not having the hottest start this season. And honestly, from my perspective, you make the Western Conference Finals, you got to run the team back. There's no way around it. They had the flexibility to do so for at least another year, but I digress. Anthony Edwards, not much to say. One of the best young players in the league, only looking to get better, and he's having a great season so far. I already spoke on Julius Randle. Rudy Gobert, I like as a player compared to others who may view differently. Had a great season last year, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, and honestly could win another one in the next couple of seasons. His contract is pretty big, goes into his year 35. Well, age 35 season, not year 35. Mike Conley, on his way out, 37 years old, not much time left for him. Jaden McDaniels was labeled the KD stopper, and he did his thing when they played Phoenix in the playoffs, but premature expectations, I would say. But he's having a great season so far. I like him a lot, only 24 years old, great defender, pretty good three-point shooter. He might stick around. Naz Reid, the guy that they hoped can replace Karl-Anthony Towns, having a solid season so far. And I have pretty good and pretty high expectations for him also. Does have a player option at the end of the season. Doubt he'll accept that. We're going to have to sign him long term. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, kind of on a prove-it deal. Not much to say about him, but I like what he brings to the table. DiVincenzo, as I mentioned previously, not having the best start to the season so far. Probably going to be flipped eventually. Joe Ingles, just depth. Role-playing vet. And Rob Dillingham, who they got in the first round this past season, hasn't seen much minutes to start the year, but is slowly progressing and picking up more minutes as we go. And I like what he has, in his playbook. And Terrence Shannon Jr. gave us buckets in one of our rebuilds. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But yeah, here we are. And honestly, for the first season, I want to just let the team rock, see what we can do. We'll definitely be a playoff team. And we're going to look towards the draft. I haven't taken a look. And Victor Paul looks to be the guy who's going to go number 1. Doesn't look the greatest. Rick Sanders. He looks pretty solid. I don't really know what we would be looking for. If we're not going to have Randall long term, definitely a 4 or 5. I don't know what direction I want to go in with the team yet. But maybe this draft class is the way to go. Maybe not. But I know for now, I'm going to simulate to the deadline. We might be sellers, to be honest. I'm not expecting a championship year 1. I'll say that. So let's go to the deadline and let's see how we do. So pretty unexpectedly, we're 41-10 and we're first in the West. Obviously, not looking like that's going to happen this season for them in real life. But Anthony Edwards averaging 32, Randall with 22 and 8. Naz Reid having a pretty solid season. Gobert averaging a double-double. DiVincenzo is not playing the greatest at all. Jaden McDaniels could be a bit better. Mike Conley not shooting well. We're the first seed. Not really much to say, but how's Nickeil Alexander-Walker doing? He's having a great season for us. So hopefully we can sign him long-term in the offseason. I mean, what can I really say? There's not really much I could change. I think, yeah, Julius Randle wants to re-sign. I'm going to hold off on that. I want to keep the flexibility, see what we can do in free agency and the draft. And honestly, I'm just going to go to the end of the season. If we win a championship, then we win a championship. And I guess we're just going to try to build the dynasty. But hey, we're winning games, right? Luka, MVP. Dalton Connect, Rookie of the Year. Westbrook, 6-man. Wemby, DPOY. Trace Jackson-Davis, Most Improved. And Trae Young, Clutch Player of the Year. And we go 68-14. They have 14 losses in the NBA right now. So unless they win out, they're not really going to achieve this record. But anyway, Anthony Edwards, All-NBA second team. You love to see it. And do we get any rookies? No Dillingham. I didn't mess with the lineups. We're the first seed. And honestly, we win the championship, like I said. We win the championship. If not, not going to cry over spilled milk. But can we get out of the first round? We do. We beat Golden State. Can we beat San Antonio? We're down 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. And we just came back, won 4 straight. Playing Dallas in the conference finals. Is it going to be much of a rebuild if we win in year 1? Guys, please, 2K, make this make sense. This guy, I understand, averaged a 35-point triple-double, but he did not win. He won 1 game. Like, how? What did Anthony Edwards average that series? I'm literally tweaking out right now. He's averaging 32 in the playoffs. Anyway, we're playing the 7th-seeded Boston Celtics here in the NBA Finals. Can we win it? Boston's a real good team in real life. I think they are probably going to repeat. We win the championship in year 1. You know what? I have nothing to say. I didn't touch anything. I have no idea how that even happened, but anyway, let me just try to unretire some of these guys. And Mike Conley wants to retire. No, sir. I want that trade asset, please. So, I guess the title of the video being, are they contenders? I guess they are contenders. We're not going to get that Piston pick. It's not falling out of the lottery. We'll go to the NBA draft. And honestly, what we're going to look to do is just, I guess we're just going to, instead of rebuild, we're going to try to retool. That starts with, unfortunately, trading Mike Conley. I would hope to get a lottery pick for Mike Conley, if possible. Oh, what were the Thunder offering? What pick is that? Utah's unprotected pick in 2026. Ooh, honestly, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to flip Isaiah Joe right now. To, again, hopefully get a lottery pick. Onyeka Okongwu is interesting. So we can get 31st pick. 2 first-rounders from Dallas. Isaiah Joe has some value. So let's just call it Golden State. What pick do they have? They pick 15. Well, we can get higher than 15. Let's see. Maybe we can get like a pick 8. Can we get pick 8 for Isaiah Joe? They want Detroit's unprotected pick. Not going to happen, buddy. Let's see. Maybe we can give them Leonard Miller. And this second. Boom. Done. All right. So now we have something to play with pick 8 here. Again, I actually didn't even look after the original mock draft. It changed completely. So we're the 8th pick. We're projected Jonathan Mitchell. This draft sucks. Why did I even do this? Who is available? Let's see who got taken. Rick Sanders probably was the best pick in the draft. I guess we'll just take a flyer. Kelly Westbrook. He can't really play basketball. Scott Gordon. Why are there just bums? This is terrible. Maybe Jamie Foxx? Jamie Foxx. Okay. Shout out Jamie Foxx, I guess. Alan Dabanovich. These guys can't play basketball for their lives, man. All right. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. We're going to trade pick 8 here. Honestly, Onyeka Okongwu seems interesting. I don't want Miles Bridges. Don't want Mitchell Robinson. Cam Johnson could be interesting. We have some money to play with now, I guess. Jonathan Isaac, I saw.
Robert Williams, Draymond Green. I like the idea of picking up Cam Johnson. I guess. Maybe. Huh. What would pick 8 and DiVincenzo get me? Honestly, what I would like to do is I'm going to talk to, I think it was Detroit. Maybe we can get Rick Sanders. What does he do? He could shoot. Can't really play too much defense. Seems like a good Julius Randle replacement. Let's go talk to Detroit and see if we can finesse. Man. I'll trade DiVincenzo. I'm okay with that. It's a dead asset. He did not have a great season. Who did we sign? Yeah, just Rick Sanders. Oh, we had a second, but I think we traded it. And then, okay, so Randall and Reed decline. Kyrie's a free agent. Kyrie Irving could be interesting. We can't afford him. We are broke as a joke. Malcolm Brogdon, Malik Beasley, I like. So it could just be a sign and trade with Randall because I just don't see the fit long term. I know we won a championship, but again, that's just how 2K is. It's incredible that I could put together all-star teams and then this team wins the championship. So we're going to sign Julius Randle back, and we're also going to re-sign Naz Reid. Hopefully we get both of those guys, and we do. Let's clear moratorium and see how much money we have left to play with. Max Strus could be a nice pickup for us. He had a solid season last year. Do you want to bring back Nickeil Alexander-Walker? I can give him a 5-year deal. To be honest, I'd be perfectly fine with that. And then is anybody else here that we could sign and bring in? Kevon Looney could be nice. I could bring him in on the minimum. 3 years on the minimum? I have no problem with that. Ben Simmons, I'll bring in on a minimum. Screw it. Why not? And then let's see who we bring in. Okay, Ben Simmons goes to Golden State. Good for you, buddy. Trey Jones, if I can afford him. Let's sign Looney and Nickeil. And Trey Jones is still affordable. Let's see what we need. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Trey Jones actually fits perfectly. Let's bring him in. Give him a 4-year deal. I want to lock everybody in. And then is there anybody else we could afford? If anything, I'll sign roster fillers, but we look good. I'll bring in J Huff on a minimum. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, yeah, we're broke. That's it. Gobert gets worse. Randall stays the same, I guess. Naz Reid did not improve at all. Let's go to next season. I'll set the lineup. We'll go to the deadline, and hopefully we're in a similar position as we were last year. So this is going to be the lineup for you, number 2. Rob Dillingham's going to get the start. And we got Trey Jones and Jay Huff ending the bench. Sign Markelle Fultz. Thanks. And yeah, I like what we got going on. Gobert might be on the move on the deadline, depending on how he performs and how the team performs. But this year, I expect us to be sellers. So let's see how we do at the deadline. So here we are at the deadline. We're 38 and 13. Anthony Edwards averaging 31, 7 and 4. Julius Randle having another great season. Rob Dillingham coming out the gate really strong with 14, almost 15 points per game. Naz Reid's going to have to get more minutes. We're going to have to figure it out. Maybe I start him. Gobert, he's doing his thing. 6 points per game just isn't cutting it. Jaden McDaniels. Yikes. Okay. Maybe these two are going to be out the door. I had higher expectations from McDaniels. My one saving grace that I could give McDaniels is a higher shot tendency, as it's a 48. So, honestly, if I could bring Gobert's up just a little bit, Dillingham's is fine. Naz Reid, I'll bring up to a 75. Alexander Walker, I'll bring up to a 55. Oh, how's the rookie doing? I didn't even look. Let me check again. And you know what? 10 and 5 off the bench. Good shooting splits. I'll take that. I have no problem with that. And then, you know what? Even Jay Huff, 43% from 3. No problem. So, honestly, what our weakness is, I don't know. I mean, we won almost 40 games at the deadline again. I think if anything, I'll take a look at a potential Gobert and McDaniels trade, because outside of that, I'm not really sure what we could do, unless there's like just a, yeah, I don't know. Gobert's just gonna keep getting worse, honestly. I like Nick Claxton, a double-double. Okay, how many attempts though? For 40% from 3. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. 2 blocks a game, 26 years old. Nick Claxton might be a good idea. He's cheaper, he's younger. But as usual, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my due diligence, check around the league. We are not rebuilding, we're buying. I'm going to take a look around the league, and maybe there's a superstar that could make their way over to Minnesota. So these are the guys that are either on the trade block or on selling or rebuilding teams, and the bottom 3 are the most interesting. Zion Williamson is on the trade block for the New Orleans Pelicans, and these 2 are just not untouchable. Klay Thompson and Nicholas Claxton are the safer options. Klay is on the Mavericks trade block in the game, and Claxton's on a rebuilding Nets team, and we saw that we can get him for Rudy Gobert. Now, if I could somehow acquire 1 or 2 of these 3 guys, ideally it's just going to be, well, maybe not ideally, but what's probably going to end up happening is it's going to be 1 from the Suns and Zion. And I like the idea of KD. He'll be easier to trade for. And, you know, he is 37 years old, but it's Kevin Durant. 1 year left on his deal. Let's see how he's performing. Actually, let's see how Booker's performing. 46% from 3 and 46%. Oh my goodness. How do you beat that? Julius Randle, just not going to be enough. They're both making an incredible amount of money. It would have to be 2 of those guys. Maybe Zion. Let's see. I guess Zion's going to be first. Contractually, it makes sense. However, this makes more sense. Now, let's be realistic. In terms of fit on the team, Randall might fit a little bit more at the moment. Detroit must be doing pretty solid. That pick value went down. That Utah pick is going to be huge. Now, 2 first-round picks for Zion is not going to get it done. It might, let's see, 3 first-round picks are not interested. Maybe throwing these 2 seconds in, we can get this done. I think that Utah pick would do it. Okay. Oh, man. If I go to Reverse Trade Finder, go to the Pelicans, call them up, Randall and the pick gets it done. Rick Sanders gets it done. Do we just jump the gun on Rick Sanders? What's his potential? He has a potential. Why would I do this when I could do this? Now, here's the problem. We get Zion, we give up this pick. Who is in, well, yeah, so who would be in this draft coming up? This guy right here, Doug Austin, or Don Augustine. Wow, I just could not read there. Doesn't look the greatest. This draft class sucks. Now, on the other hand, can we get a Devin Booker? What about a KD? Okay. So, they want Ant. Not going to happen. I'm going to pull the trigger. We're going to go and we're going to get Zion. Yep. We're going to bring Zion Williamson to Minnesota. The trade rumors have been flying. And we get Zion. We've seen him in our Pelicans rebuild. And you know what? I think that duo is incredible. Let's see. Are the Nets still going to offer us Claxton? Okay. Now, Here's the other thing. Can we somehow get Devin Booker? We would have to increase our asset pool. Hopefully, maybe we can get some first-round picks. There's one right there. There's another one. So we'll take this draft pick from OKC. And I'm going to try to get Devin Booker. And we'll have ourselves a big three. And Naz Reid will start for us at the 5. And then we're going to have a weird lineup. But if I can't get Devin Booker, I'm not going to go after Kevin Durant. It just wouldn't make sense. Then I'll just trade Gobert for Nick Claxton, and then that'll probably just be it for now. And we'll keep Sanders unless we're able to trade him for Devin Booker. Okay, so Devin Booker is probably going to be off the table. We didn't give up anybody that I'm crying over, but yeah, we're going to be trading Rudy Gobert. Maybe revisit the Devin Booker trade in the offseason, but we're going to get Nick Claxton. I'm not giving up Naz Reid in that one. Sorry, buddy. But Jay Huff, you could take, and then you can give us back. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Might be a little rough on making this work. We might have to give up Trey Jones, unfortunately. Didn't really want to have to do that. Oh. I'm going to make the Nick Claxton trade happen. And then that's the next thing you'll see. So I did a couple of trades, traded some salary away, and we're able to do this. We brought in Chris Dunn because I thought I would be able to use him for salary purposes. But hey, you know what? I don't mind Chris Dunn. I like Chris Dunn as a player. So now we have Nick Claxton, Naz Reid. We have a great lineup. I wanted to start Naz Reid, but he could just become our 6th man. And then, or actually, do they have him starting? Let me reset the lineup here. They do want him to start, but I'm going to have it like this. They want Nickeil Alexander-Walker to start. I do want Jaden McDaniels to start. I'm going to set the lineup. We're going to go to the end of the season. Bringing in Zion is huge, and let's repeat. Luka, 30-point triple-double. Rick Sanders wins Rookie of the Year. Nice. Josh Giddey, 6-man. Wemby DPOY. Scoot Henderson, most improved. Halliburton, clutch player. And Jason Kidd of the Dallas Mavericks. They win 67 games. We did not win 67 games.
You sure
Do we get Anthony Edwards here? As we do. NBA second team. Any defensive teams? No. Rookie teams. We're probably going to get Saunders. There he is. But, oh, yeah, we didn't win 67 games. In fact, we actually won more. I guess I was mistaken. Oh, we actually didn't win more. I just lied to your face completely. We also won 67 games, but we were the first seed. We had the tiebreaker over Dallas. Let's check out the stats now. Anthony Edwards, averages 30. Zion, 22. Dillingham, 15. Continues to get better. Naz Reid with 14 and 6. I love it. Rick Saunders, 10 and 5 off the bench. Alexander Walker, great season. McDaniels, probably going to be on the move. And then Nick Claxton did his thing. Happy to see it. Trey Jones, solid. And then that's the rest of the lineup. In round 1, we are going to be playing the Houston Rockets. So we're going to be playing the Houston Rockets, as I said. And honestly, not really worried about it. The lineup looks good. Did they make any changes? Reed Shepard is starting. Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore. Pretty much the same lineup that we know. They have Rui now. Traded for Rui Hachimura. And that was their big addition. Let's see if we can get out of the first round. Game 1, we win. And we only win by 7, but our dynamic duo has a great game. Zion almost has a triple-double. Game 2, we lose. We lose by 8, but both the guys had good games, but I guess no one else really came to play. Game 3, we win. We blow them out. Edwards, Dillingham had a great game. Zion a little bit quiet, but solid enough. We get blown out in Game 4. Not ideal. Tied up against the 8 seed. Game 5, we win. Thankfully, we blow them out. Edwards and Zion, great games from the guys. And we do get out of the first round, and we're taking on Memphis. Pretty much the same team. John Morant, they traded for Joe Val. Nice. Zach Edey off the bench. Jalen Wells, G.G. Jackson. Very, very solid team. But I think it's winnable. Game 1, we lose. And we lose by 45. This might be the end. Never mind. We win Game 2. We blow them out. Edwards, quiet game, but Zion stepped it up. Beautiful. Game 3, we win. We blow them out once more, and Ja Morant had a solid game, but just not enough. Game 4, we win again. We win by 6. And hopefully we can just close this out. No, it's 3-2 now. We lose. Edwards, Zion had a good game, but Ja Morant really showed out. Game 6, we win, and we're taking on Dallas once again in the conference finals, and pretty much the same team. I had Klay Thompson on the trade block, I wanted him, but just couldn't get the money to work. And we know what they're about. Their dynamic duo, Luka and Kyrie. Hopefully we can get past them and we lose game 1. We lose by 5. Kyrie and Luka just had great games. Game 2, we win. We blow them out. Edwards, Zion, Dillingham. Love to see it. Game 3, we win again. We win by 8. Luka almost has a 45-point triple-double. But our dynamic duo once again steps up. Zion and Anthony Edwards. Beautiful. Can we go up 3-1? No. They tie it up. There's Luka's 40-point triple-double. Just not enough. Pivotal game 5. We win. Thankfully, we win by 5. Zion shows out. Has 18 free throw attempts. And put the team on his back because no one else scored over 15. Luka. I'm so sick of Luka. And we're going to 7. We lose by 2. Let's go to Simcast. Might be jumping in. Might not be. We're blowing them out. We're going to our second straight NBA Finals. Zion averaged 40% from 3 for the series. Incredible. And we're taking on the 4th-seeded Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. No differences. They traded for Austin Reeves. They got Yershon Yabusele. That makes them championship contenders. Game 1, we win. And we win by 6. Anthony Edwards with 40. Naz Reid has a great game. Game 2, we win. I'm not expecting much out of Detroit. Oh. Thank you. Okay, I got scared for a second. We go back to back. Anthony Edwards is your finals MVP. LeBron retires. And you know what? Let's try to bring these guys back. You know what I'm saying? Fill the league up with some good quality players. Go to the draft lottery. Let's see. What happened to that pick? Okay, so the Pelicans got number 1. All right. Good for them. It worked out. And we're looking pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, maybe we just keep this train rolling as long as we can. I doubt we have any picks. We actually do have pick 25. So we'll go to the draft. Chris Finch, do we still have? I didn't even mention Chris Finch, but I think he's a solid NBA coach. He, has his ups and downs just like any other coach, but he's won us 2 championships so far. We'll go to pick 25 here, and let's see, Eddie Allen. He can shoot a little bit. Who's the highest rated on the board? This guy was supposed to go 9th, 12th. We'll just go highest overall available. It's just going to be this guy, Eddie Allen, 7-foot center out of Michigan State. It is what it is. And Don Augustine was an 82 overall. He is definitely the Zion replacement. Could have been, but you know what? We won a championship. We'll bring in Chris Dunn back and Dillingham, obviously. Luka's a free agent. I hope he signs elsewhere. Free agency. Do we have any free agents? We don't have to worry about anybody. And we have our mid-level exception, Jonathan Mogbo. That would be a nice signing. He's young. Can't really shoot the 3 ball, but he can play some defense, grab some rebounds. Could be solid for us. Nurkic is there. And pretty decent free agency class, but we're just not in play for anybody. Now, McDaniel's probably going to be on the move. And honestly, I don't want to trade Naz Reid. I think it's just going to be Jaden McDaniels. Now, in this instance, a guy like KD would make sense since we're trying to fill out a small forward position. But a guy that could be a strong 3-and-D presence for us would be, I think, a nice complementary piece to our guys. We could take a look like a Paul George in his prime would have been perfect. OG Anunoby might make sense. DeAndre Hunter does make some sense for us. what we could do is just go to next season, see how let's see how player progression turns out. Actually, I don't want to lose the mid-level. So we'll bring in Jonathan Mogbo. Oh, that's not even on our mid-level. They released him, or I don't even know why the contract is the way it is. But a guy like Bruce Brown might have the most value. Just a guy that's probably going to get traded. If I can max out the money, we'll do that. And then we bring in Bruce Brown. Mogbo goes to the Kings. Good for you. And then, honestly, bringing in some roster filler just to be trade pieces, I have no problem with. Even if they get worse, they get worse. So, get Strus, get Morris. Do we get Caruso? Maybe he signed elsewhere. Or maybe I went too fast. I didn't even see it, to be honest. But yeah, enough with that. Let's go to player progression. And everyone gets better. Everybody gets better. Rick Sanders. I keep wanting to say Saunders. I don't know why. Rick Sanders goes up 6. Is now an 84 overall. Dillingham gets slightly better. And only Caruso gets worse. We did bring in everybody that I wanted. We're going to go to next season. We're going to set the lineup. We're going to, fix automatically. We're going to look for championship number 3 in 3 years. We're on an incredible run. And you know what? Hopefully, Jaden McDaniels can show something that we can keep him around. He's an 85 overall. He's solid. The stats say so. But the production just isn't there. So I'm just going to set the lineup. And we're going to go to the end of the season. Well, we're going to go to the trade deadline. And let's see if we can make a move. So here we are, 40-10 at the trade deadline. We'll check out the stats once again. Anthony Edwards having a dip in production, but that's to be expected with everybody else getting better. 25.5 points per game. Zion with 20. Dillingham with about 17. Saunders with about 15. And Reed, McDaniels. McDaniels is stepping up a little bit. But I don't know if that production is enough, honestly. We look solid. No real complaints. We're first in the conference. We'll check out the standings so far. We have a nice 6-game lead. They did bring Luka back. They got Bradley Beal now. They replaced him instead of Clay. Interesting. Then Denver. They have Jeremy Shoen now. And then, pretty much same characters, same faces. So, New Orleans is actually in it after drafting Don Augustine. He's having a very good year. Good pickup for them, honestly. So, honestly, now, what's going to be next is we're going to be looking around the league, seeing who we could trade for, who would fit our team well. And on first glance, they have Trae Young. They signed Trae Young, and now he's on the block. I mean, I'll add him to the target list, but I don't see us getting Trae Young. I just think it might be a little too expensive for us. Jalen Williams could be an option. They're selling, so he's not on their trade block. OG Anunoby, maybe. So, after looking, I guess we're going to try to get Jalen Williams. The fit's there, so I'm not really mad about it. And they're a selling team. Hopefully we can somehow make the money work. We're about 5 mil over. That's perfectly fine. Definitely going to be able to make the money work. That's no problem. So now he's locked in long term. Do we have the picks to make it happen? So 1 first-round pick. They want Trey Jones. If we get Tyler Kolek, I have absolutely no problem with that. Jalen Williams is an addition that could really put us over the top. I'm going to put him down to the 3 because now we're a little small. I'm not going to lie. But he goes up to a 94 overall. That is insane. So now we have 3 guys 94 and above. Rick Sanders can head into the starting lineup to possibly give us some size. Actually, no, I lied. I just completely lied. But now we have an incredible 2, 3, 4. Even Dillingham is solid. Claxton's going to start. He'll really be giving us the size that we're lacking. And the bench is solid. Even after trading away Trey Jones, we still have Monte Morris here. We still have Tyler Kolek that we can give minutes. And we even bring in Kenrich Williams in that trade. I think what the next thing is going to be is to just sell off a lot of the guys that we're probably not going to bring back. Like Chris Dunn, we could work on in a trade. Kevon Looney's been fine. And yeah, so that's what it's going to be. We're going to be trading these guys. Maybe we can get quality pieces. Taylor Hendricks could be nice for us. I think if anything, I'm going to get first round picks or I'm going to fill out the bench. And then that'll be that. So real quick, I'm just gonna quickly rob Sacramento. That's just incredible. Anyway, I was offloading a couple of guys. We got some first round picks. Now we're gonna trade Monte Morris, and then honestly, that's gonna just be the end of it. We get another first round pick. I'll show you guys the absolute monster asset pool that I just received. If I can get to the trade. So yeah, I just got a bunch of first round picks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 first round picks we just got. So now I'm going to set the lineup and let's go for that 3-peat. Luka, MVP. Don Augustine does win Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year now on another team. Did he? Okay. Wemby, DPOY. Kobe Buffkin, Most Improved. Curry, Clutch Player of the Year. And we win 68 games. All NBA teams, maybe? Wow. Okay. Sure. We could just get snubs. That's fine, too. Any defense? Nope. All right. But we are once again the first seed. We're taking on Sacramento in the first round. Made a trade with them to get Jalen Williams. They're not even starting Jaden McDaniels, who ended up having a solid season overall. But when you compare it, let's go check the stats. When you compare it to Jalen Williams, it's just night and day. 17, 6, and 5 for Jalen Williams. Anthony Edwards led the way, though. 25, almost 7 and 5 a night. Rob Dillingham being second is pretty surprising. Oh, wait. I didn't even sort it. My fault. Zion with 20, about 8 and 4. We already read Jalen Williams' stats. Rob Dillingham with about 17 and 6. That's incredible. Rick Sanders continues to get better. 15 and 7.5 a night. Naz Reid doing his thing. Alexander Walker. Claxton isn't scoring, but you know what? I'll take it. It's pretty much Gobert's production. So we're really not missing much. And it's cheaper, younger, continuing to get better. I love it. And Trey Jones being our complimentary guy off the bench. Let's go for that third championship. We're taking on Sacramento. We win game 1. We blow them out. This shouldn't even be a contest. Game 2, game 3. Let's just get out of the first round. Please don't. Okay, thank you. Let's not make it dramatic. We're taking on San Antonio in round 2, who have Ty Jerome now. Nikola Jovic, Robert Williams. Solid team. I think we're better. We win game 1. We blow them out. Anthony Edwards, 33, 3 and 6. Zion with almost a double-double. But Jalen Williams gets double-double in assists. Almost a triple-double. Beautiful. Beautiful. We win again. We only win by 3. 112 to 109. I think we're not shutting Wemby down, but we're doing something right. Game 3, we win. We blow them out. Stephon Castle led the way for him. Wemby, pedestrian game. Edwards with almost 40. Let's just put him away. Thank you. And once again, we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Luka, Kyrie, Bradley Beal, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively. They have Dalton Connect. Who did they trade? If they traded Klay Thompson to get Dalton Connect, then they got fleeced. Who did they? I have no idea. They traded Quentin Grimes to get Dalton Connect? Lakers are poverty. Why am I? That's insane. Game 1 against Dallas, we lose. We lose by 1. Zion has a good game. Game 2, we win. Thankfully, we blow them out. Anthony Edwards with a bounce-back game. Rob Dillingham, Jalen Williams, Naz Reid. 4 guys over 20. Almost 5 guys with 20. Game 3, we lose. Lose by 3. It would be really heartbreaking to lose with probably our best team. We do win game 4. Luka has 30 points there. But our guys, they came up clutch. Pivotal game 5, we win. We win by 6. Anthony Edwards with 36. Zion 34. Beautiful. Not really much more I could ask for. Can we put him away in 6? And we do. And we're going to our 3rd straight NBA Finals. The rightful guy gets Western Conference Finals MVP. And Jalen Johnson for the Hawks do. The Trae Youngless Hawks make the NBA Finals. They have Cameron Johnson, Malik Beasley, Keegan Murray, Grant Williams, Al Horford goes back home, Terry Rozier. Wow, Buddy Hield. Okay, it just gets crazier as you continue to go down. But they don't scare me. Game 1, we win. We blow them out. Don't want to go to Simcast just yet. Game 2, we blow them out again. Game 3, and we're going to go to Simcast, and we're going to win 3 straight. I want to hop in here. I just want to see the team, and just an incredible run for the guys. So here we are. We're up by 1 million. And again, I just wanted to see the team in action. Hopefully we have our best lineup on the floor, which we don't already. I already see it. But that's okay. Pretty close to it. Zachary Ricochet being guarded by Anthony Edwards. And I don't even know how this Atlanta team made the NBA Finals. This offense is disgusting, and he just chucks it right over Anthony Edwards. I mean, Zion, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Williams, 394 overalls. Rob Dillingham coming into his own. Naz Reid ended up filling up for Karl-Anthony Towns just fine, I guess. Rick Sanders off the bench. This team was incredible. Anthony Edwards is so wide open. That's incredible. But definitely my best rebuild. Definitely the best team. Well, arguably definitely one of the best teams I built. But I mean, just pure dominance. Even from the get-go. I'll take credit for the first 2. For the second 2 championships, because obviously the first one was just their stock team, which I don't know how they won so many games, to be honest, but it's just Minnesota gets a lot of love in the simulation, and maybe it's playbook based. I really don't know. It's an interesting experiment that I like to run, low-key. But anyway, Anthony Edwards with the ball, dumps it down low to Zion, guarded by Jalen Johnson. Zion, fadeaway jumper, no good. Pretty ugly offense, to be honest with you. Only 2 points have been scored since we got here, but you know what? At the end of the day, the W's are all that matter. And we do. We get the victory. We win our 3rd straight NBA Finals. And it's just definitely, it's humbling. It's humbling. Thank you to everybody who's watched the episode. And I assume Anthony Edwards is going to be your Finals MVP. He's holding up the trophy. And yeah, comment below who you want to see next. I have a very interesting video in mind coming up. And happy holidays to everybody. You know, whatever you celebrate. And Jalen Williams is our Finals MVP? Is that what I just saw? Check the box score real quick. Don't want to see that. Edwards, great game. Dillingham, Zion, Jalen Williams, Rick Sanders, Naz Reid, even Nick Claxton, 15 rebounds. What a great game. This team, one of my best. If there's ever a team that I would go back to, it would be this one. And okay, the cutscene just meant nothing. Zion Williamson is your Finals MVP. And as I said, thank you to everybody for watching. I hope, you know, your families are healthy for the holidays. And you guys have a great, great holiday season. Christmas break is here. And a couple more videos coming out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.